This morning, an explosive new claim that Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos was targeted in an alleged phone hacking scheme conducted by Saudi Arabia. Bezos launched his own private investigation in an effort to determine who leaked the intimate text messages and racy photos published in a bombshell National Enquirer story about the billionaire's extramarital affair with girlfriend Lauren Sanchez. In an opinion article in the Daily Beast, Bezos security consultant Gavin DeBecker writes, "Our investigators and several experts concluded with high confidence that the Saudis had access to Bezos' phone and gained private information." DeBecker accusing the Saudi government of seeking revenge on Bezos because he owns the Washington Post. The paper has aggressively reported on the murder of one of its columnists, Jamal Khashoggi, a vocal critic of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has been blamed for ordering the hit. Riyadh has maintained that bin Salman did not know about the operation to kill Khashoggi. While DeBecker did not include details of his investigation, he mentioned interviews with cybersecurity experts and people who personally know bin Salman. This morning, the Enquirer's parent company, AMI, calling DeBecker's claims false and unsubstantiated. Maintaining the photos and text for its report about Bezos' affair came from a single source, Sanchez's brother, Michael. AMI telling NBC News it was Michael Sanchez who tipped the National Enquirer off to the affair. There was no involvement by any other third party whatsoever. Earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal reported Michael Sanchez sold the text to AMI for $200,000. While Michael has said the story was based on old rumors, he now admits he cooperated with the Enquirer. Telling the New York Post over the weekend, he agreed to help secure a photo of Bezos and Lauren kissing in exchange for softer coverage, but the plan didn't pan out. Michael Sanchez adding, "I would never sell out my sister. Everything I did was to protect Jeff and Lauren." Sanchez's brother claiming an AMI executive contacted him about the affair only after the Enquirer saw text messages between the secret couple. Perhaps a clue, according to Bezos' security consultant, that indicates the tabloid may have had additional help trying to embarrass the richest man in the world.
Michael Sanchez told the New York Post that his sister and Bezos were, quote, so in love they didn't have any plan and it was his job to protect them. We reached out to Amazon and the Saudi embassy for comment, but so far no response. As for Sanchez, he's not commenting any further at this time.